So you've been making cuts to a lot of the agencies that have open investigations and regulatory battles with your companies. At the same time, you continue to get billions in government contracts. Tesla gets billions in subsidies. How do you explain that to the American people?
Well, everything that Doge does is an open book. So I think the most transparent the most transparent organization in government ever.
That's Fox News host and woman with a voice for silent films, Jessica Tarlov, getting absolutely owned by Elon Musk after he calmly dismantled her pathetic gotcha question on live TV. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like Elon Musk recently sat down with the worst member of the five and most critical of him, Doge, and the Trump administration, Jessica Tarlov. Here she is desperately trying to set a trap for Musk, only to have it backfire in her face spectacularly.
Liberal Tesla lover here. My sister has two in her family, so have not thrown any Molotov cocktails recently, but I wanted to talk to you about what Doge has been doing.
Every single Doge action is listed on the Doge.gov website. It's also listed on the X handle. So if anyone has a concern about any one of those actions, they can bring that up, they can raise that, and I do want to say, like, sometimes we make a mistake. Nobody bats 1,000. We will at times make a mistake, but we'll act very quickly to correct it. I am under such an extreme spotlight, so much scrutiny, that it's literally impossible for me to get away with anything nefarious. And obviously, nor do I wish to. So this is a case where we have radical transparency. We're actually willing to admit that we do make mistakes. Often people are not willing to admit they make mistakes, but we are. But we want to emphasize we fix them quickly, and we're trying to do the right thing for the American taxpayer, for the American people. And I think history will be the judge that what we've done here and what we're doing is a very good thing for the strength and future of America.
You know, it's awfully funny how someone as secretive and nefarious as Musk is supposed to be took the time to sit down with someone as critical as Tarlov in front of an audience of millions. It's almost as funny as how in true liberal fashion, she proved to be absolutely all bark and no bite. I mean, it's almost shocking how she went from ranting about Musk daily and suggesting he was an evil billionaire secretly running the country to tucking her tail in between her legs and timidly prefacing her questions by talking about how much her and her sister love their Teslas because she's speaking to him directly and he has a chance to respond to her accusations, which, surprise, surprise, immediately vanished once the interview was over and he couldn't respond to her accusations.
Act with voters to win back their trust. That's what you should be doing in the wake of an election. The Senate Democrats today are launching their Social Security war room because that's one of the main issues for the American public, that they are trying to cut Social Security, close offices, make it harder for you to be able to make your claims and get your benefits. And that's all to the good. But, you know, this Elon Musk is a victim thing is so crazy to me. Like, the guy's the richest man in the world, so everything should be relatively comfortable. He gets to come on the #1 show on cable news, right? And chat with us.
It's more about his dealerships and the people who work for him. That's who I feel bad for.
Well, I hear a lot of the American public really doesn't like what Doge is doing. The new Quinnipiac poll, 60% disapprove of how Doge is dealing with workers. 54% think Doge is hurting the country.
That's
Elon
a media
Musk,
narrative, though. No, I'm saying the media narrative has driven the polling. If you lie about it.
You don't think that people know if they've been fired? You don't think people know that he's making millions of dollars a day off government contracts and he wants to cut their Medicaid or their Social Security? These are easy
only
lines.
Fired 0.15% of the bureaucracy.
Actually is? Do you know how many people that actually is?
No, do the math
government?
for me. How many
Give me a second.
That?
Well, I'll give you an idea. It's not the 400,000 that Bill Clinton fired. I am so tired of saying that. Well, nobody burnt any cars. Nobody protested. Nobody resisted when Bill Clinton did the same thing.
He didn't do the same thing.
He
worked
did
with
the
Congress.
same thing. Oh, he worked with Congress? Oh,
yes,
that's
doing
big
an
of him.
actual evaluation.
That's big of him.
Yes,
and in the meantime, they should work with Congress
Separation
when
of powers.
Congress has allowed this for the past 15 years. That's the problem. While we pay for it. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of this Jayapal and the resistance because the Democrats don't deal in reality. None of this thing is honest. None of it is credible. None of it is real.
You know, I get the idea that Tarlov is supposed to be Fox News' Scott Jennings or something, but all of her talking points seem to be nonsensical media narratives. I mean, in this segment alone, she tried to push the weak Democrat idea that Elon is pretending to be a victim because he's opposed to the targeted violence and harassment against Tesla owners and dealerships, and therefore the rest of us shouldn't care because he's a billionaire. And once that fell apart on her, she went on to push the debunked claim that Trump and Elon are trying to get rid of Social Security, which again Gutfeld and Judge Pirro easily dismantled.
If you decide you want to close a Social Security office because there's no one going to it, it doesn't mean you're losing your Social Security check. Stop with it may be this and it may be that. The bottom line is we have spent so much money that goes to other people that it doesn't go to the people it's intended to or should be going to the people it's intended to, and nobody seems to give a damn. And that's the problem. So Jayapal can go up there and say, you know, I'm going to teach resistance, and I'm going to do it in the, what she called the principles of Dr. King and the nonviolence. Hogwash, that's a lie, because all they do is violence. And Jayapal has not once said, don't burn a car, don't blow up a Tesla, don't blow up a dealership. They're all full of it, and it's all performative. And they talk about resistance, and she says America hasn't had to deal with a dictator until now. Really? This is the first time? What about the first term? Did you forget that? And the media follows the narrative. The media is saying Elon Musk is terrible, which is why Doge is not held in such high esteem. That's why now you're seeing Elon Musk.
At the end of the day, the real threat to Social Security and programs like it is coming from government overspending, open borders, and fraud, all things Trump and Elon Musk oppose. And on top of that, the president has repeatedly vowed to protect Social Security, and his administration has done dozens upon dozens of interviews explaining this in detail to thick-headed pretend journalists and establishment media desperate to spin a story for Democrats. All of these claims of backdoor cuts are just baseless fear-mongering from people who would rather prop up a broken system than do anything to fix it. The staff cuts and office closures are about trimming fat and modernizing the government, something bloated bureaucracies aren't really known for. I mean, remember when the VA had so many backed up paper claims that it nearly collapsed an entire floor? Only a crazy person would think that the government doesn't have any room to trim fat or find efficiencies. Absolutely none of this is about slashing benefits, despite what Trump's opponents desperately want you to believe. But let me know what you think. Will Doge strengthen entitlements like Social Security or make them weaker? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!